what happened to Fe4Rless? That's what everyone's asking, because he was one of the most loved YouTubers, averaging 50 million views per video. But at the peak of his success, he disappeared without a trace. So what was it that caused him to vanish? Well, I went looking for answers, searching through countless threads, posts, and videos to give you the truth about Fe4Rless. Now, to understand everything I found, let's go back to the start of Fe4Rless's career, which would begin on December 12th of 2013, over 10 years ago, where Fe4Rless would post videos of him playing Call of Duty. And as he continued to post videos, he would continue to make the videos better and better. Now, on the surface, this seemed like a great thing for any up-and-coming YouTuber, but truly, this would be the earliest hints at his disappearance years before it would ever actually happen. And you might be wondering what I'm saying, but you will soon understand. Anyways, from here, as all of you know, he would begin to create Fortnite videos, and he would quickly realize that Fortnite would be the game where he was going to stay at. And after quite a few Fortnite videos, he would make one Minecraft video, and then he would disappear without any trace. So those are all the obvious things that I think we all know. But since Fe4Rless has been gone for more than 3 years at this point, one specific theory became quite popular, and this theory was that Fe4Rless actually died.
I just gotta say, he died. He was at the hospital and he died because of this infection. Subscribe and hit that like button if you miss it.
Now, of course, this video that this young kid made was fake, and it was just an attempt to get views, and Fe4Rless would even react to this video before he disappeared for good. But once he had left for good, the rumor came back, and to be honest, it seemed like it actually could have been true, up until another YouTuber by the name of Kalex made a video on this exact topic. And I need to give lots of credit to him because he was the one that realized Fe4Rless's YouTube handle was custom, and not a randomly generated one like you can see here on Fe4Rless's second channel. Now, what does that prove? Well, it proves that he had to change it himself, meaning he couldn't possibly be 6 feet under. And also, around 6 months after his last upload, another user on YouTube uploaded a video titled "I Met Fe4Rless," which showed that Fe4Rless was still doing well.
You gonna upload?
Probably.
Let's go.
So if Fe4Rless was still alive and well, then the question still stands. What actually happened to Fe4Rless? Now, after some further digging, I found some random theories floating around, with almost all of them being related to his personal life outside of the online world. And I'll quickly go through them, because first we have the theory that he just wanted some privacy. But to be honest, this makes no sense as to why he disappeared, because if he always had wanted privacy, he wouldn't have uploaded YouTube videos in the first place. And on top of that, lots of information was already out there about him from his own videos. Now, next we have the theory that Fe4Rless wanted to go to college, but just from the amount of views he racked up on his videos, we can guess that he's earned between $4 and $11 million just from his YouTube channels, allowing him to likely never need to work a real job in his life. So the whole idea of going to college seems quite unlikely, and has no real proof behind it. And amidst hearing all these rumors and looking at the estimated revenue on his channel, I couldn't help myself but to come up with my own theory, and that was the fact that Fe4Rless just wanted to escape the internet and live his life, since he had earned so much money. And to this day, 3 years after his last upload, he's still getting around 80,000 views every single day, earning him a couple $100s daily. And this is definitely enough to live off, and live quite the extravagant lifestyle. Now, of course, this is my theory, and I think it makes sense, but it does have one problem, and that's the fact that there is really no proof of it. So here is where I realized I really needed to find some real concrete proof as to what Fe4Rless was doing, and what exactly happened to him. So I continued to search, and I came across another theory that actually seemed like it could be right. Now, this theory was based around the fact that Fortnite had been out for years, and at the time that Fe4Rless was making his videos, there were always tons and tons of new players trying out the game. and if you've ever watched a Fe4Rless video, you would know that lots of his content revolves around him trolling new players. Now, also during this time in Fortnite, there were tons of funny and more random items in the game, like the shockwave grenades, that allowed him to continue to make his content. But as the game progressed into Chapter 2, the chapter in which Fe4Rless ultimately disappeared, players were getting better and better, and there was no longer as big of a new player population incoming to Fortnite, therefore making it way harder for Fe4Rless to make his videos like he used to. Now on top of this, if we compare the items in Chapter 1 to the items in Chapter 2, it's a night and day difference, because in the early seasons of Chapter 2, again the time period in which Fe4Rless quit, there were almost no funny or troll items that he could use in his videos. Now both of these things put together made it so much more difficult for Fe4Rless to make his videos, and honestly this seemed like quite the solid theory. And it seemed like an even better theory, especially when you realize that Fe4Rless's last video he ever uploaded wasn't even about Fortnite, and instead it was on Minecraft, totally lining up with this theory.
A lot of the content that CD and Fe4Rless make, and those type of YouTubers make, a lot of the most popular content involves them playing with, newbie players or new players, or even running into like new players. But it's also about the loot pool and overall vibe of the pub matches that are played. The thing is, right now, the current loot pool that we have doesn't really allow for the crazy funny moments that we're used to seeing in previous seasons. Chapter 2 season 1 was obviously very basic loot pool. A lot of the content that some of these YouTubers and streamers focused on or made kind of revolved around some of the crazier items and more like, out of the ordinary items, like the impulse nades, the shockwave nades, flint knock pistol, the balloons.
And this exact theory is sort of backed up in a way, because a YouTube video was posted a while back that shows a fan of Fe4Rless getting into another game with Fe4Rless. And in this game, he managed to ask him a few key questions, with one of them being about why he left. And this is what Fe4Rless had to say for himself.
I didn't quit, I haven't been getting good footage for a video.
Oh, really?
Like footage I'm actually happy with, yeah. Like, I don't know, I could upload, but the video would be like trash. I wouldn't get like really good footage to make the video, or finish the video, because it's already like half done.
Yeah, this one.
But while all this makes so much sense, I think there was definitely a deeper cause behind Fe4Rless's disappearance. So let me explain. You remember what I mentioned at the start of Fe4Rless's story earlier in the video? Well, at first his videos weren't all that good, but as he continued to make more and more videos, he gradually improved them by either having more energy or just some new editing tricks. And this constant improvement seemed like quite the good thing for the young Fe4Rless and any other YouTuber at the time. And while it was a good thing, it quickly became quite the opposite, because while he continued to strive for higher and higher quality, his view counts increased without fail. Again, this seemed pretty good, and it also probably seemed pretty simple to him. Better quality equals more views. So he would continue to live by this, and when he switched to Fortnite from Call of Duty, he had really just taken his first massive risk, and it just so happened to pay off massively, because while he was still pulling some significant views in Call of Duty, his views would skyrocket once he began to upload Fortnite, with some of his most viewed videos having 61 million views, 64 million views, and 78 million views. Now, that's absolutely crazy for anyone on YouTube, and it definitely can mess with your perception of just how crazy that amount of views are. Now, what I meant by that is, as a YouTuber, or really anyone, you don't compare yourself to other people as much as you compare yourself to yourself. And for Fe4Rless, he would be comparing his old views versus his current views, and he would 100% fall into this trap, because while getting these crazy view counts was great, as he continued to post his videos, his views would slowly decline, and he would soon only average 30 to 40 million views compared to his previous 60 million. And I know you guys are probably saying only 30 million views, because of course 30 million is still so crazy. But to Fe4Rless, this decrease really made him think that he needed to make his videos even better, because he had always thought that the higher quality his videos were, the better they would do. So as he continued to put more and more time into his videos, they began to take longer and longer to make, and they still wouldn't increase in performance. And reality was, Fe4Rless was probably so focused on his own performances that he failed to realize his decline in viewership really wasn't his fault at all, and instead it was just Fortnite running its natural course, slowly starting to decline in popularity. And this decrease in views can be seen across every other Fortnite creator at the time. But because of the strong habit and commitment to improving his own videos, he gradually wore himself out. And it all makes sense, because if he was truly tied to his view count, seeing it gradually decline would make him want to change something, right? Well, yes, that's exactly what he did, because in his last video, he made a switch to Minecraft, a more trendy game at the time, in hopes of increased viewership. But through all of his struggles trying to be better than last time, he forgot why his viewers were even watching him in the first place. And of course, they were watching him for him.
Yo, how old are you, man?
6.
6? I'm 7. Nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you. It sounds like you're a big.
Hello? Honestly, I agree. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, why are you yelling at me? What did I say? Stop! Why are these guys so mean? It's always the astronauts. I'm just trying to be friend, bro. No. Ready? Wait for it. You're dead. Dab. What the? What?
I'm gay.
What? Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Stay out.
Yo, Pierre,
Stay out, dude.
Yo,
Stop.
Pierre, you wanna come out?
Stop.
Come out here?
Stop, dude.
Yo, Pierre,
Stay
you wanna come out
out.
here?
Relax, dude.
But Fe4Rless was clouded and distracted by the fact that his viewers truly watched him for him, and this can be seen in some clips posted around the internet showing Fe4Rless quite anxious and depressed.
YouTube. Nah, I don't want to get into it why I haven't been uploading stuff, but it's personal. It's personal. I mean, a little bit, and then more. Another thing is, it just like, it doesn't matter. What matters is I'm gonna upload soon.
Now, Fe4Rless was likely feeling this because of what I had mentioned earlier, along with the fact that he had become so motivated by the numbers. So with everything that we now know, I think it's safe to say that Fe4Rless's disappearance was definitely a combination of multiple factors that gradually drove him to a breaking point, making content he didn't even enjoy making, all in the sake of numbers. And the simple theory that it was more difficult for him to create his content as Fortnite progressed is definitely a part of the whole picture, because Fe4Rless said it himself. And of course, the development of his own videos drove him to become an extreme perfectionist, making him take longer and longer to create his videos, in turn causing more pressure from his audience for him to upload, creating a negative cycle, ultimately snowballing into his disappearance. And now, hopefully you all know the truth about Fe4Rless.